It's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you. I'm Batman. Great quote from Batman Begins. First from Rachel, who shares it with Bruce Wayne when he's swimming in hotels and buying them as he's being Playboy Bruce Wayne. And she's kind of, I wouldn't say low key, but kind of in his face judging him when she's attempting to like make the world a better place. And she's like, yeah, well, some of us are just too busy swimming, you know?
Exactly. She wasn't being nonchalant about it either. She was just like, this is how I feel about this.
100%. But the beauty is at the end of the movie when she's like, throughout the movie, she's very interested in who is this Batman? What is he doing? Who is this person? What's his motive? Like, just who is he? And I know she keeps going back to that and back to that and keeps asking every time. Then finally, he says that quote again to her, and then immediately it clicks that he's Bruce Wayne, and then that kind of completely changes their whole relationship, her whole view on him, because he is actually doing the action. But it's such a great quote because there are so many different ways we can view this.
Yeah, right? Immediately place judgment based on an observation without seeking to truly dive in and understand. So she had set context for who she desired to show up as in the world, which is someone who cares about others, someone who holds space and loves others. But when given the opportunity to do that for someone she grew up with and loves, she missed a really big golden opportunity to do it, and instead placed what she could have and should have been doing onto him, which is, it is not about who you are underneath. It's about what you do that defines you. But who she desired to be underneath, and actually is underneath, this loving, compassionate, caring person, she wasn't embodying her own characteristics and allowing her actions to support that. And here's Bruce Wayne, who is that underneath. And his actions may not have been showing it in the moment because he had to put on a different persona. But underneath who he was, he does hold and demonstrates in a different way. Mm-hmm. So it was aligning, just not always.
Yeah. Or not in the way that she thought it should be. Yeah. He's a billionaire, right? So he has the ability to affect change at a great capacity. And so, I guess, I know we've talked about this, but there's over 3,000 billionaires in the world, and we're still waiting for Bruce, for a real Batman, to come through, right? And so considering that's,
challenge dropped, by the way. Challenge dropped.
Considering that there are some amazing people out there who do have a lot of money, who do make a change and do affect change in a beautiful way.
Yes.
Through funding things and even in the movies, Bruce Wayne funded the orphanage school there, yeah. Right? And so that was one of his things among many things.
Among a lot of others.
But it didn't look like he was doing those kind of things, right? He didn't put it out there. It wasn't like we didn't even know about the orphanage aspect until like the third movie.
I'm a philanthropic person. Look at me. It was all low key.
It wasn't Batman as his mask. It was actually Bruce Wayne as his mask.
Yes.
And who he was underneath. And that's kind of partly what I definitely want to talk with you about is like this first line, because it can be taken so differently depending on the perspective, right? And it isn't who you are underneath. Well, I mean, that is a pretty big, in the right context, that actually it is who you are underneath. Because yes. A lot of times we're playing a mask where we've got a mask that we're attempting to portray to other people. Like, that's what I did for a very long time. Even unconsciously. I just wanted to be liked by so many different people. So I had all these different masks that I'd switch on and off, and it just got tiring and exhausting. And I forgot who I was through the whole process.